A man was watering the flowers in his garden when suddenly he noticed the flowers in his neighbor's yard and froze in shock. They were dry, weak, and almost dead. Feeling pity, the man sprayed a little water over them, and then something magical happened. The flowers came back to life as if someone had breathed a soul into them. But the neighbor saw everything. Fuming with anger, he grabbed a framed wedding photo of himself and the flower bride and smashed it to pieces. That night, burning with jealousy, he snuck quietly into the garden. While the flowers were peacefully sleeping, he dug them out of the soil and took them home in a small cart. The next morning, the man came to the fence with fertilizer, but the flowers were gone. He ran around searching everywhere, and then he saw them. The flowers were now planted in the neighbor's yard. He stood there quietly, watching from afar, still in love with the flowers he once cared for. But when the neighbor noticed, he grew even angrier. He nailed wooden boards across the window so the flowers could no longer see outside. Inside, trapped in the darkness, the flowers grew restless and afraid. Slowly, they closed their eyes again. The man saw the boarded-up window and realized the flowers were wilting once more. He threw himself at the fence, trying desperately to break through, but hit the wall and fell to the ground. When the neighbor came home, he was startled for a moment, but then kicked the flower and sneered, "Useless thing." The flower's heart shattered. She just wanted one last look at the man who had given her life. Maybe fate took pity on their love, because at that very moment, the man was standing outside, looking in the same direction the neighbor saw him, and slammed the door shut. The flower sat there, broken and hopeless. Then suddenly, knock, knock, knock. The neighbor opened the door. A delivery man stood there holding a new plant. She gasped, "Wow, it's beautiful!" She picked up the old wilted flower and threw it into the trash. But as soon as she walked away, a shadow appeared near the trash bin. The flower trembled and looked up. It was him, the man who had once given her life. He took off his helmet, held the flower close, and whispered softly, "No one will ever separate us again." He ran with her in his arms, but the neighbor came running out. She tried to stop them, but suddenly the flower's roots came alive. They wrapped around her arm and bit back. And just then, rain began to pour from the sky. Each drop glowed like magic, falling softly on the flower. Her petals started to shimmer, her roots turned into feet, and before his eyes, she transformed into a beautiful woman. Moral: true love never withers.